Hi, this is Ruth Guggenheim with GPS for the Jewish Soul. We'd like to welcome you back. And once again, I'd like to welcome back Rivka Malka Perlman from WOW in Baltimore, Maryland. It's always a pleasure to have you, Rivka. Thank you so much for joining us again today. You know, last time we were together, we talked about the mikveh and the healing power of the water and the special experience for females. So I thought today we should really talk a little bit about the role of women in Judaism. You know, it's something that for many women, there's a discomfort. We're not always sure where we fit in. Is it subordinate or whatever? And I know, you know, being a generation older than you, it was definitely an issue when I was growing up and how I wanted to put my feminism, my equality into my Jewish experience. I was wondering if you could talk about that today.
So you were a crazy feminist?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I thought I was.
Okay, right. No, you're a strong woman. I actually, I am a tamer version of myself at this point in my life. I actually have a very big mouth, and you know, I spent most of my life in detention. So
detention at school.
Detention at school. Yeah, it felt like most of my school life. So what I want to say about that is, as just growing up, having a strong personality and having a big mouth, I was considered like a feminist. I want to do everything the guys want to do. Like I'm a tomboy, and so I get this issue. And what's interesting also is that there's a stereotype on top of that. You know. Judaism is like the women are oppressed. Do you hear that?
I hear it all the time.
All the time, all the time.
Sure.
And like the more religious you get, the more oppressed you got to be, right? I actually had a girl, she sat down, we met for coffee, young girl, and so she says to me, well, you know what my problem with Judaism is? I think like the women are oppressed. And I'm like, oh, like no one ever told me. I'm not oppressed, right? So, but what's really going on? What is the role of women? So I think that what bugs people so much, where they're getting this from, is because in Torah Judaism, there's differences in how men and women observe. You know, there's different laws in how we dress, different practices in prayer. There's differences, and we've come to see equal as the same. You know, that's the whole feminist movement. Is like you got to be like a man. Now we're coming around to a more mature way of looking at femininity, which is you've got to be like a woman. Like, oh my God, like a strong woman. Who wants to be like a man? We have so much to offer. So within Torah Judaism, we address that women have their own gifts. And it's not, we don't need to do the same thing as men.
You know, I would agree with you. As I've matured, shall we say, I struggle less because I have truly found a comfort in who I am. Not just as a woman, but as a person. And I find that it's when I came more attuned to myself, who I was, who the core person that Ruthie was, my value system, who I am, what I'm proud of, that it didn't matter if I was male or female, and quite the contrary. I'm so proud of being a female, and I would never change my role. You know, I've experienced things that only a woman can, and you know, sometimes I'll tell you, I don't even think I could be a man and do some of the,
some of the things
I could never daven, I could never pray 3 times a day or things like that, and I hear what you're saying. So, you know, when you talk to young women today, how would you encourage them to get on their personal journey to Judaism as a woman?
Such a deep question, Ruth. I have to think about it. I think the first thing that we speak about is body image. You know, because I dress, you know, modestly and all that, and that's not what I ask of anyone, but I ask them to question what Western values tell you about getting dressed as a woman. You know, for example, if you would show up at an interview in like a mini skirt and halter top, you're just not getting the job unless it's, you know, certain places. You want a respectable job, you're not getting it because all they're seeing is your body. They're not seeing your inner soul, your strength. They're not even seeing your intelligence, right? So out there in the world, girls, young girls, even very young girls are encouraged, you know, in this terrible sexist way to dress in provocative ways, but then in some contradictory form, date a guy who really values them. So they're shooting themselves in the foot, right? What does it do when you dress in a way that honors who you are, that says, I'm a woman, I have intuition, I have people skills, I'm all about connection, I have intelligence, I have brilliance, I'm a scientist, you know?
Look beyond.
Look beyond.
You know, we always say,
Yes.
don't judge a book by its cover. And this is a perfect example where we
Exactly.
learn to look at each other's soul, whether it's male or female.
Yes.
Look inside, look at our souls, not at what the outside exterior is. It's our eyes, it's our mind, it's our smile. You know,
Yeah.
you have beautiful eyes and a beautiful smile. I'd love to thank you so much for sharing again with us today.
And Ruthie, I hope we can do another segment on this topic because we've only just touched it.
I agree. I
Okay,
agree.
let's
Thank
get
you,
to it.
everyone, for joining us on GPS for the Jewish Soul. We'll see you next time.